Okay, factoring review number 1H. Okay, this is in this package here, this becomes our first trinomial here. So x squared plus 14x plus 24. Okay, now we've gone through this. There are lots of different ways to factor. I'm going to be pretty consistent with the method that we had gone over in class here, which would be to do this. We're going to take that leading coefficient, which in this case is 1, and we're going to multiply it by actually, sorry, I should be more specific. We're going to multiply the first term by the last term, the trailing term, to get 24x squared. And then we're going to compare that with the middle term, the 14. And so what we are looking for are two terms, two numbers, two expressions that multiply together, whose product is 24x squared, whose sum is 14x. Now we went through the explanation as to why that's the case here. So for right now, for no other reason, I'm not going to skip that. I just want you to see the pattern. I'm doing this just so that you can see the pattern of thinking here. But this part right here is the part that takes the most work, the most kind of creativity, if you will. So two numbers that multiply together to get 24 and add together to get 14. Okay? Well, you think 4 and 6? 4 and 6 doesn't do it. You think 3 and 8? Well, 3 and 8 doesn't do it. So you got to keep thinking there, and eventually you'll stumble upon, oh yeah, 12x and 2x. Yeah, when you add those together, you're definitely getting 14, and those two will multiply together to get 24. Sometimes it's very easy to get stuck where you're thinking, what are the factors of 24? And you think 4 and 6, 4 and 6, 4 and 6. Okay, if you got to, pull out the calculator and start looking for other terms, factors, if you're not finding it. So now, remember that these two numbers that you just found, these are not necessarily the numbers that go in here. What we have found are the product of the outside terms and the inside terms here. So we're saying that this is maybe 12x when you multiply those together. Those inner ones are 2x. Okay? Now, when you multiply two binomials together, you're going to distribute both of these terms to both of these terms, which means this first term and this first term, their product is going to be x squared. Well, the only way that's going to happen is if these are both x. As soon as you've made that choice, everything else falls into place. Because this first term and this last term here, I've already said, they have to multiply together to get 12x. Which means this number over here, this number here has to be 12. These two inside ones here, the last factor term here and the first term here, they have to multiply together to get 2x. That's what I said, okay, initially here. So that means x times that has to be 2. So my factors here are x plus 2x plus 12. I often get asked, well, is it okay if I put the 2x down here, the 12x here? And absolutely, absolutely. All that's going to do is just change the order of my factors. And remember, order does not matter for multiplication, so you're totally fine if you do it that way.